All right, it is another day of working on the wrecker. So why is the wrecker outside the shop? Well, I'll tell you. Also, why is George here? I'll tell you that, and it's the exact same reason. Let's head into the shop. This is the reason why we're not working on the wrecker. So way back at Easter Jeep Safari this spring, I was actually out doing a recovery in Goblin Valley. Jamie took the MORR and did, what was it, the pickle? Yeah, after the pickle, George was so excited he spun a little donut. Then what happened? George, you can tell it.
Well, when I spun the little donut,
What just happened?
George broke my windshield.
That's George, folks. That's George.
rocks went flying and I didn't realize it. And from what I hear, it was more like a machine gun. Luckily, this is all that happened.
All right, so today we're gonna be changing the windshield. I invited George here to help us do it so that he can remember to never do it again.
I could also tell you the part of the story where I stopped at the ATM, got $500 out, maxed out my ATM card for the day. Figured I'd be like the nice guy and go, here, this will cover your deductible. And then I got back to the house and heard that they paid $1,200 to ship the last one.
Luckily, we got another one in that box right there. I don't think it's broken, so we're gonna get this popped out of here.
When I saw those rocks coming at me, and I just went like this, just hoping they didn't go through.
Okay, George, put your glasses on, safety glasses. Go get in the passenger seat. Slowly press it out. Trevor on one side, Skeeter on the other side. We're gonna push it out.
I got my Robbie Layton shirt on.
Want my cane?
Is that a fall joke, Ed? Robbie Layton does this. I'm wearing a Robbie Layton shirt.
So the reason we're pushing this out instead of cutting the seal is because we're gonna reuse the seal because we're cheap.
No, it's because he wanted to see me sit like this.
Hang on, I'd rather leave it on.
You want the dash?
This is working. So this is gonna take a while to get this clean. While that's happening, let me tell you, I'm walking away from this. I'll come back and help you in a minute, Trevor. Let's look at the cracked windows. So we got one right here. Everybody noticed it. A lot of speculation that it's body flex that's causing this. Come over here. Look at this one, shattered. So both of these happened within like 2 weeks of each other last fall. Where's the gas cap? Hey Siri, call Lizzie. So Lizzie's gonna go look for the gas cap. We'll just ignore that for a second. So this happened, we were passing a semi in the gorge and a rock flipped out from underneath the tire and hit right there. Sounded like a rifle shot. Why is this glass seemingly so fragile? I'll show you. So back in the day, when they made glass for automotive purposes, it would be laminated. So this is actually 2 pieces of glass with a plastic film in between them. This isn't tempered glass, it's just regular standard pane of glass. The strength and safety comes from the plastic. That's why they're still here. So when you break a forged piece of glass, it shatters and falls out unless the window tint keeps it there. So these just aren't as strong. There's a reason auto manufacturers went away from this. When I ordered this glass from a local shop, I thought that I was getting tempered glass, but when I got it, obviously I could see it wasn't. It's just flat glass, it's easy to get made. Robbie has a connection that will make me tempered glass. I just got to get him patterns up there to get it made. So the glass that's hard to get for this is the windshield. It's unique to the Corvair wagon. None of the other Corvair cars share it. And then this back hatch glass, I don't think you can get this anywhere. Like it would cost a lot of money to get this reproduced. Fortunately, I have like 6 or 8 of these. Every time I find a back hatch for a Corvair wagon, even if the wagon's all rusted out, I'll buy the back hatch, got the glass. So Trevor said he checked to see if this was broken, but he didn't check to see if it would fit. So let's learn together. All right. That would keep one of them bubble wrap poppers busy for a long, long time. I've said this before that I was born without a fear of snakes or spiders or anything like that. And I was also born without the urge to pop bubble pop. Any psychologists out there, see if you can help me figure out why that is. Oh, this is cool. This is aftermarket glass. Okay, Trevor, start popping that on there. The next very difficult thing to do is install all this.
Tab, inch from edge.
Okay, how's that looking over there for you, Trevor? Okay, keep the glass from going. So let's keep me from pushing. Okay, let's slid my way just a little bit.
So this very end is in.
All right, we should be good.
You want to tape it to the glass wherever you want.
Yeah, I'm very curious what this rope trick does.
You knew about it.
Because I've seen people pull it out, but I don't understand what it's doing.
Let's set this up there. Okay, now the trick is we need a lot of pressure down while this comes out.
This doesn't make any sense.
Old school Windows.
Do I have to keep a certain tempo?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
the end of the rope.
All right, now you gotta set it in the sun. One of these days we've gotta, really soon, you peel this up and just put the little sealer in there. You don't have to do the bottom, and then you don't have to do the top. But starting about right there, you do the inside and you just put that liquid sealer in it and you're done. All right, so we got this windshield installed. I'm happy with it. They're gonna get it cleaned up. George is like, we're even now. Like, you're debt free. So now we're gonna get this out of here, get the wrecker in and start working on it. The MORR's out, the wrecker's in the shop. We're gonna get after it right now. So we're gonna start with the roll cage and the slider and the headers. I don't know what order we're doing it in because some of them kind of have to go together. So that's what we're gonna start with. Why don't you guys stick around and see what we do.
Don't blow your back out.
Set it on the tire. Let's go set it on that table over there. All right. Okay, Skeeter, you can't mess this up. I need this exactly like this. Okay, 64 minus 4 is 60. Minus 4 is 56. Is that correct?
Yeah.
56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63. Okay, so write that number down. 56.
56.
Okay, I need a
Inches.
56 inch. It's got to be 2x4. I need one of those. And then I need 2 of the exact same pieces of material cut at 2.5 inches. And they just need to be perfectly straight cuts. Okay, Lizzie, we need to figure out exactly where these go. Okay, 39 and an 1/8, 39 and a 1/16.
Trevor, what are you working on?
The wiring for the motor so we can get it started. This is the Terminator Max, like the MORR has, but more better. I'm hooking it up. So I'm about to leave for 5 days. So if they decide to start it, I want it to be ready for them. So I'm getting my part done.
Okay, let's figure out how to do this. Tell me what that says.
Almost 13.
Almost 13. Okay, so we're almost 14.
13 and 3/4.
I'm gonna trust but verify. It needs to come this way 1/16 of an inch. So that welder fired up and grounded up. 225, 230. Okay, Lizzie, come tack this. So what we're building here is the foundation for our roll bar and the base for our fuel tanks, our toolboxes. Okay, go ahead and bomb this and this and what you can get right there and under here. The roll cage, the fuel tank, the toolboxes, and it's gonna tie into the rock sliders, and it's gonna tie the whole frame together. We don't want any flex in this frame. It's gonna be very rigid. I'm counting on this to... Okay, let's set this down. This is gonna be a fine foundation. Trevor, I got an old-timey one for you. Finer than a frog hair, split 4 ways. Well, these 3 sides. Okay, Lizzie, can you tack this on without hurting me? We're gonna be doing exactly the same thing. Okay, go ahead and put a little tack right in the middle. So I'm thinking tack, 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 and then break these tacks and build it and then set it back up. You like that? This is the jog down. Like that. So we're gonna be clamping these on. Grab the piece. I think it's on the floor, on the ground right there. Okay, be careful. That's barely tacked on there. I don't care where the mark is. I care about the top. How heavy duty does that look?
Looks heavy duty.
Yeah, but does it look heavy duty?
Looks heavy duty.
So the long side to the short side, that crossbar, where's that thing gonna end up? Okay, Jamie, how high? This high? It's lower than the cab by about 1 inch now. Okay, Skeeter, I want it 19 inches. Okay. I remember Rudy saying this saw was not accurate. Look at that.
Okay. If you decide you want to try to start this, so you'll just hook that up. You'll
Touch that momentarily.
That's your starter, and this is your fuel pump hot if you want to hook that up.
Okay.
So super simple.
Okay. Is it about quitting time? I think people are starting to drop off out of here. But I kind of want to see what this looks like.
Lots of wussies. Who wouldn't want to stay all night, work on the record?
Work on the record.
I would.
Should we do square? Trevor, come look at this.
Yeah, leave it like that. Just like that. Just like Tucker's picture.
I think we want it longer than this.
See you guys. Have fun in Idaho.
Thank you, Trevor. You're the best. Appreciate it. Drive safe. So we just tacked it on the bottom, kind of tacked it together. We'll put that top bar on, tack it a few more places, and then we'll cut the welds, take it down, and we'll just do all these super strong welds. I think I want to do some gusset stuff, like this kind of stuff on it too. We'll have Flog build us some stuff for it, like a three-way diamond piece or T or something. A diamond piece here, and there'll be holes in it. Put some rivets in it. All right, it is past quitting time. Skeeter's still out there working. So's Tucker. But we are seriously about to quit. I'm super happy with how this is going. So Skeeter's out there cutting the last part. We're gonna tack that on. I'm happy with it. I want kind of simple and elegant and useful, but you know. I feel really good about everything we got done today. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Trevor's actually gonna be out of town for like a week. So you're gonna be missing him the rest of this particular video. But me and Skeeter and Lizzie, we're gonna get this done. And see you tomorrow. Woo! All right, good morning. We are back on the wrecker again. We are gonna be working on rock sliders and kind of integrating some pieces together. It's kind of difficult to build something that doesn't exist because we don't even have plans. And actually we do have some plans, but we didn't follow them, which is the honest truth. Thank you, Tom, for the plans so that we could figure out where we were gonna diverge from them. So yeah, we're just gonna be working on that. It's gonna be a little bit of a process, but we've gotta get the rock sliders, the roll bar, the winches, the toolbox, and the gas tank to all play nice with each other. And it's gotta look cool because that was what I should have led with. It's gotta look cool and all these other things have to work together. Okay. I know that there's mathematical equations. I know that my middle school geometry teacher would be very, very disappointed in me right now. And I know that in my line of work and my line of hobbies, I should know how to do this, but I don't. So I'm analog, figuring out the angles, tracing them with cardboard, setting that cardboard on the saw, setting up the angle, and cutting them to build the part. I know there's a better way. I know.
But that's the way we're doing it.
This is how we're doing it. So those of you that know what we're doing are just gonna have to struggle through it because that's what I'm gonna do. So 8 inches is right there. We're supposed to be 18 inches. Oh man, I was close. Boy, that's a lot of marks we gotta remember. And now we gotta go 24 inches out and we gotta be 18 and 18. I'm not as happy with this.
It's a good thing we got a lot of concrete.
And transfer. Okay. I've only got a couple more tries till it's too short, Skeeter. So I'm just gonna give you this piece right here. I need 2 of those, and you're gonna have to flip them over so that the seam is always down.
Morning, Matt.
Morning.
Did you pour water on that windshield you put in? Oh, well, I'll pass it anyway. You do good work.
Nice.
What's the weather looking like today, Ed?
Hot. No wind. It's unusual. Clear sky. Gonna get up to about 100, 103.
Moment of truth. Super Tucker! I didn't know you could fly!
So right after that, I go to get back in, and I get stuck in the window.
Oh my gosh. I can't get in. I'm stuck.
Dude, that's funny, man, because you're like, no one films like Gaston, no one flies like Gaston, no one pulls their cars out of the sand like Gaston.
Something like that. Set this like this and set the other one on top of it and tack it together. Good. There you go. You like it? Yeah, we're definitely lower on the right side than we are on the left. So that's easy. We will simply tack this side on and then jack that side up. All right, so now we just got to level this up. Go back there and tell me when it's level, right?
Yeah, I think it looks good. I mean, the whole thing is tilted this way, but...
This is your test. You're gonna be hanging pictures on the walls.
In my house, my job is to hang pictures on the wall without too many holes in the wall. Jamie gets calling a hat rack for Christmas. Sat there for a year, and he's like, I'm hanging this up. Just like, no. We're like, that's enough for now. You know what that means? We gotta set the gas tank in here. I don't know. The kind of the way to do it is to just set it in this way. Set.
That's it.
Yeah. That's close enough to get these bars in. 12 inches. All right, let's take this off. I got nowhere to go. All right. All right. All right. Okay, we can pop this thing off here and weld it up without warping it somehow. What do you think the chance of that are, Skeeter?
Big stuff requires big tacks.
Now Lizzie's gonna do some welding. All right, so all the work stopped in here, and I'll show you why. Friends stopped by. We got Alan here. We got Jeff Carter. So Alan's been on a couple of trail rides with him. I've known Alan for years. I think the first time we ever met, I sold you a Ford van with some bad fuel injectors. So we came to the yard, fixed it, drove it home.
And then you bought the banana from him.
Oh yeah, that's how he's the most famous. He literally sold me the banana back when it was maroon. And then Jeff Carter, he's our upholstery guy. So all the upholstery, the golden nugget, the banana, the MORR, whatever's gonna be going in this thing probably. This is my guy. All right, so now that lunch is over, we're gonna kick everybody out of the shop and we're gonna get back on this. We quickly whipped these up. This is going against the cab. So these are just gussets for strength, and I think they look cool, which we haven't established whether that's the most important thing right now or whether it makes it stronger. We're gonna be welding these on, then we're gonna be popping it back up there, welding it down tight, and then start building structure off from it. The cab's not level with the world, but it's level with the frame. Don't move, Lizzie.
Oh, yeah.
Most of that without a tape, a level, or safety glasses. You know what's the coolest thing? Is their steps. So we're gonna have Lizzie weld a crosshatch in there.
What else are we welding it to?
The stuff we're welding to is not there yet. One of them that I don't know exactly how it's gonna go, how high it's gonna go, is gonna be this. This is what the winch plate welds to. That's a fair lead right there. But it's just gonna be up high enough to put something across the top for the toolbox to set on.
Okie dokie.
Are you just agreeing with me?
Sure.
Like everything I'm saying?
No, but
I'm like, here, I'm gonna put this. Oh, that's good. Right here. Excellent.
I'm just communicating that it makes sense in my brain.
Lizzie, then I'm gonna put this right here.
Okay.
So Lizzie's gonna weld these two verticals down there. Then Skeeter's gonna cut that brace off of there because we don't need it anymore. And I'm gonna kind of mess with these rock sliders and try to get them in the same place. And maybe we can get Lizzie to tack them on.
Sounds good.
All right, we've got another day in the bag. We got quite a bit done today. The roll bar is virtually installed. There's a lot of little things we're gonna be doing to it. Discuss it. It's gonna look so good. If you guys could only see what's in my head on what that's gonna do, holy smokes.
It's already coming together and looking awesome.
Got the rock sliders good and started. They are, I mean, that's tying stuff together. These stick out. Look how far out they stick. So of course, we're missing all the structure that goes to the frame right now. That's just, the only place it's attached right now is this. Don't worry, we're gonna attach it more places. Lizzie's just gonna burn that right into the frame there. So yeah, we got the fuel tank figured out and where it goes. Super excited about the steering. We just ordered our rear hydraulic steering kit and we've got the front kit, like we've got all the parts for it. So it's starting to come together. I'm super excited. I hope you are too. We've got to have this thing ready for the Winter Off-Road Tow Truck Olympics. That is coming up. It's going to be amazing. Watch out, Paul. Watch out, Rory. I'm coming for your crown. Coming for you, Rory. And I'm doing it with rear steer because I lack the skill needed. No. No, this is going to be, it's going to be amazing. I'm really looking forward to it. We're having a lot of fun doing this. Hopefully you're enjoying it too. And thanks for watching.
Where's our cup?
Well, we're a little bit caveman.
Lizzie.
Okay.
Is it clean?
Yeah.
What the what?